Right, we're live. We should be live anyway. Um, yeah, I literally thought, well, Tom actually mentioned I should go live, and I was like, you know what, I will go live because why not? But I wasn't sure if I was actually going to be able to be back in time or not. But now, welcome to the stream, Tom. Welcome everyone. I went to the pub with my parents as well, so I've had a few drinks, but it's Christmas. Why not? And I thought, you know what? I saw a show on YouTube and I was like, it's quite interesting. And I kind of wish I did stop it and react to it on a live stream like I'm going to do now today. I might go into the portfolio if you want me to have a look at the portfolio and stuff beforehand. But I thought, why not do like a little reaction, kind of watch a video on like kind of finances or back in the day of like how tough it was. Because I was watching like how the UK's struggling with just getting by, and it makes you realise like how lucky all of us are. To be fair, like how we're investing, how we're involved with investing, because a lot of people out there don't know about investing, and yeah, I just think it's important to reflect on like how lucky we are and how we've got into investing and how you can easily get run away with just getting into the whole stock market and being like, oh, that person's got this amount, this person's got this. And it's like, if you step back, like you're so ahead of everyone else. Like you're lucky and blessed that you've obviously probably got a roof over your head, hopefully, and everything. And also just, yeah, getting into investing. But trying to find a video for you guys at the moment, but we can go in the stock market and have a look at the portfolio. Granted, don't know how this video is going to be because I've not seen it. I didn't want to watch it. I wanted to watch it with like you guys because this weirdly stuff like this I watch. So I thought, why not just stream it? So yeah, but I watched actually one that was really good. So I don't know how this is going to be. I hope it is good, otherwise this is a bit of a fail of a stream. But I've got that sorted now. Anyway, I'll have a look at the chat. Yeah, good evening, Charlie. Oscar, goodbye. I've been buying Oscar. I mean, it's interesting as well because oh, can I put it up? I don't know if I can get it up on screen. Let me see if I can find something that I found. Emotional trunk, I see. Let's see if I can get this up. See, if you have a look at this, healthcare, GDP Q3, change in personal consumption by category. Healthcare is at the top, so good to see if you're obviously in healthcare stocks. I mean, is that going to filter into Oscar? Who knows? But I thought I'd just chuck that up there, and you can see. Oh, there you go. That's what we're probably going to watch. But before we do, does anyone want to see the portfolio, or should we just leave that for another live stream or video? I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, welcome everyone to the stream. Nice call options on CoreWeave. That's something I want to get into. I want to get into not CoreWeave. I mean, it's a decent stock, but options. That's something I want to learn. I haven't really properly learned options. But if I'm being honest, Meta, Oscar, they're the main ones I've been looking at and buying. Obviously, I've not been able to buy much because of obviously going through this process of buying a house. So if anyone has obviously done that, or it's a very expensive thing. So yeah, that's been holding me up a bit with buying. But yeah, if I didn't have that situation, I'd be buying up Oscar and Meta. That's personally what I'd be doing. I just think, oh, I really hope I'm right. But I think in like 2 years' time, be looking back at Oscar and be like, wish I bought more. It's just no one wants to buy it right now. Price target not Oscar for 2026 is a hard one because they want to become profitable again. But 2027, I'd like to hope it could hit $40 to $45, but we'll see. I think Grab's a great stock. The financials are great. Like I keep saying, I've been out there in Asia. Grab is everywhere. It's the dominant one. It's in the financial sector. It's in you can get taxis. You can get food. It's a good all rounder. But I haven't been buying, no, because I've got a nice exposure in Grab, and yeah, I'm happy with that. And it's in my ISA, and I don't know if I want to start another position in my invest account. All right, so what we're going to do is let's start watching this. I don't know how it's going to be, but we're going to have a look. And if you're up for watching this with me, then stay for the stream. If you're not, fair enough. It's something I don't really do. I just thought I'd just stream it, and yeah. Let me know if audio is good or not.
Is this a once weekly shop? Yes.
But the title is "How Do You Live on Average Wage?" and this is in 1969, so it'd be interesting.
Tuesday. The price isn't that much cheaper. Also, they give double windshield stamps.
Collecting the stamps and counting the pennies is a full-time job for Mavis Atherton. It has to be. She must put thought and footslog into getting value for money. She has only £8.10 a week to cater for herself, her husband, and her 2 school-age sons, and after 8 years of marriage can tell you where every halfpenny goes. Her basic weekly shop doesn't vary much. The boys are heavy on butter, but cake she makes herself. Meat is bought midweek while it's cheaper, unless she catches a bargain frozen chicken, and she knows eggs cost less up the road. But even the best hatched plan sometimes goes astray.
What do you do if you find you've overspent 1 week? I'd have to draw some money out of my savings stamps or just hold my hand out and look very pathetic.
Is that on the right side?
A couple of shillings up.
Like when you think about it as well, back then obviously they didn't have the technology of just going, I'm going to download Trading 212 and invest in stocks. Like even if they did know about investing now, like it's not as accessible to just buy a stock, and even all the information out there, like it's mad. Like you generally back then, in most cases, had to either build a business or work your way up a company. Like it's mad, isn't it, when you think about how many opportunities we have now.
We're all like this way.
It's the season to
Oh, I
save
can't
and
believe I've
share
got ads.
with
It's
us.
because I'm not logged into my other
Talk it out
account.
live with Gemini on Android.
Step up to my friend.
Bob Atherton is an ambulance man, and his public face is one of infinite patience. But it must sometimes take more than just easy tact to be kind when you're niggled by money worries.
What's the
With
paper
enormous
thing
and
she's
a lot of
paying with?
judgment, he's established
I know,
a
it's
modest and
mad.
comfortable background for his family.
Cash.
Most
It's like we don't
ambulance
do that
men
anymore.
earn less than the national average, but Bob Atherton always does the overtime. He must, to bring his average pay packet up to the national average. But he'd never seen himself as Mr. Average before.
I'd be rather surprised. I have various friends. They enjoy a better standard of living than I do. By the same token, I have other friends, and they seem to be on average with me. I say I was on the lower levels. There are many friends. One of my friends is an area manager for a large telephone concern. They all earn about $1,500 to $2,000 a year. I say I seem to be the poor church mouse sometimes.
Bringing up children in a home of your own shouldn't seem too much to ask for, but saving for the deposit on a bungalow in Bexley Heath cost church mouse Bob Atherton a year out of his married life, working all the overtime he could get. He has no regrets. He's a rare average man, a house owner. Most men on this wage will never make it, but like all the others, the Athertons started from scratch.
We went into a flat when we first got married, and
mother-in-law let us use most of her furniture. So really all we bought was the electric cooker, a sink unit, and a little kitchen cabinet, and table and 2 chairs, and a bed. And then after a while, well, after I had my eldest son, actually, it didn't work out properly, so we had to move, and we went back to my mother. And in the meantime, my husband, he was working.
Isn't it mad though? Because like, obviously, you hear their perspective how obviously it's hard to buy a house then, but like, but now, like, statistically, if you go off the history and go off all the graphs, like, it's harder to get a place now, and it just makes you think, if it's hard now, it was hard back then, and we think it's hard now, what's it going to be like in 20 years time? Like, it's going to be, like, houses are becoming a commodity. Like, it's kind of scary when you actually think about it and go in the realms of like how everything is, because if you're on the outside world of like not clued up on finances or want to even learn, which is fair enough, how you're going to kind of run into the problems as it comes in years to come, and then it's too late. But I don't know.
1 week days, 1 week nights, 12-hour shifts, 7 days a week, saving.
Fix what you can yourself. Cheap car that you can turn into the ground. Yeah. If people stop trying to look rich, they actually will be. Yeah, no, I agree. Like, don't buy those flashy cars. Don't buy, unless you can generally afford it. Just don't buy the flashy cars. Don't buy the designer. Don't do all the stuff that is there to just try and impress. What's the point? You should be just trying to impress yourself. Like, just be proud of yourself, what you've done, and by buying that, it just sets you back. It literally sets you back on expensive stuff. And I'm not saying be frugal, but just prioritize things. Like, it's possible to still live your life and do many things and experience a lot of things and also earn a lot of money. You just got to be focused, determined, and I guess smart about things. Yeah, no, exactly. Like, no one cares about what you drive, and generally that is a fact. And even if they do, maybe it is for like the first few days or if a week, or if that. Like, as long as you like the car that you drive and you wanted that, then fair, get it, buy it. But if it's going to set you back and you're going to struggle, then don't buy it. Like, I bought my new car after owning my car for 6 years. But don't just struggle for, if you can afford it, like when I say afford it, like properly afford it, then go for it. If you're going to enjoy it, go for it. If you don't enjoy cars and that, and you're just doing it to impress, then don't even bother.
Everything he could get until we finally got a deposit from here. Well, when we moved in here, I'll be perfectly honest, we had precisely nothing, and I mean nothing, except the little bit of furniture, as I say, we bought ourselves.
Try to impress yourself. Oh, is that just something I've said? Oh my god. That's the bears talking.
We had a little old second-hand television set, which we paid £4 for, because I spent so many nights here alone with the sort of, just myself and Bob being at work sort of 7 nights a week. We paid £4 for that. We bought an old second-hand dining room suite, which we paid £10 for, which included 2 broken-down armchairs. And when we got the dining room suite here, we found it was riddled with woodworm, so we had to promptly take it out the back and burn it. So there we were with a television set, one completely broken-down armchair, and one that was fairly respectable.
Did it break your heart to have to burn it?
Well, it did really, because £10 was £10. We just couldn't afford to lose it, really and truly.
And this is the thing as well, like when they talk about like £10, like back then that would have been equivalent of, I don't want to say a figure because I don't know, but it'd be a lot more, obviously. And it's like, for us now, like let's say £1,000 is a lot of money. £1,000 in 20 years time is going to be equivalent of like 100 quid, which is mad to think and say. But like that's it. You'll be going to the pub and getting a pint for 50 quid. You'll be, I don't know, getting petrol 200 quid. Like it's, and that's just because the dollar, the pound is just devaluing all the time. It's not, yeah, it's just, it's scary. And the fact that wages, they go up, but they just don't go at the rate of what everything else is. And the only people that are benefiting are the super rich and the people that have assets. And if you've got assets, you'll be the ones that win. So if you're watching this and you're in the stock market, you're doing something right. Or be buying a pint for 0.25 Bitcoin. That's something I want to buy. I want to start buying more Bitcoin.
What do you think of people who live to every penny they've got and have as much as
This
they
is
can
the thing.
on
Does it
HP?
draw the line of like, when are we going to just
I think
not?
that's up to them, quite honestly. If they
Are we going to stop using the pound, the dollar? When do we maybe go into cryptocurrency if that happens? Because surely minimum wage generally will be £1 million a year. It will. One day it will be £1 million a year, which people are like, nah, it will. Like it will. So people are earning like £1 a week. And do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
that's the way they want to live, well, good luck to them. I suppose they enjoy life like that. But I think Bob and I, we worry too much. If any bill comes in, I mean, it doesn't matter whether it's the rates, whether it's the telephone bill, electric, anything. Well, it's nearly always paid the next day. I think I left the last telephone bill I left a week. I put it up in the cupboard and forgot it. And when I found it, I literally went cold because it hadn't been paid. But I think probably if it'd been left to me in the first place, I don't think I'd have been such a prompt payer. But I'm afraid Bob is. He can't bear anything outstanding. It must be paid there and then.
I don't like things piling up on me or snowballing. I've seen this happen in the past to a few other people. They've got one worry, then another bill comes in, another worry. It tends to depress them, to dominate their life. If I can overcome a little obstacle, it never mounts up and becomes a big obstacle.
What's the new program that your mate is creating? Oh, it's Insight Analytics. It's insane. Like it's so good, and I'm glad to be a part of it. Obviously, I'm going to earn like a certain amount of commission if someone signs up to it. It's £5.99. I think he's going to put it up as a month, so you can do the projections, and then you can do an AI analyst on the company. You can look at the financials, insider buys. It's proper. It is proper. I can't wait to show. I've shown it in the stream before, but like properly show. You watch cartoons from the 70s and all the rich baddies are millionaires. Now they're billionaires. It's not much. Yeah. No, and this, I find stuff like this a bit, this isn't actually as exciting as the one I watched. Maybe because this is this is a lot older. But the one I watched was kind of what's happening now in the UK, where some people are living in tents on the beach and stuff because they just can't afford rent. But yeah, I thought I'd just watch this, see what it's like.
Cool. But, get by, that's about it.
People might wonder whether you would have had more fun if you glued the whole lot and had a great fling when you were younger. What do you think?
Oh, it's nice having memories, but I'm afraid memories don't keep a roof over your head or look to the future of your children. When you've got children, you tend to look ahead and keep a little bit in the bank. In case of times when you're out of work, a little bit sick, it's nice to have something to fall back on.
What do you do in your free time now?
We usually go out.
Do you know what I think sad about? I don't know if I'm just talking crap, but like one thing I think sad about like just the way we've all been brought up with, not all of us, but some of us from school and stuff, is a lot of it's all just an illusion of just, I don't know, people just think you got to get by and that's it. You get a job, you retire, and then that's when you like live life almost. It's like, what? Like you're old then, you can't do much. And also, you're constantly fighting against inflation, and you're just constantly fighting that the pound, the dollar is just devaluing dramatically. It's always against you, and that's why people are constantly borrowing, getting debt, buying assets, and leveraging it, because they just know like money, physical money is just not, it's just not worth, obviously it's worth something, but like it's hard, it's a weird deep hole to talk about, but yeah, I don't know, it's mad, isn't it, really, when you think about things like that.
Once a year on our wedding anniversary.
What do you do?
Well, we usually go out to town, maybe
To save the planet.
big film.
I wonder what Elon Musk properly actually does in his lifetime, if he achieves what he wants to do.
But quite honestly, I just like being at home. But we do love to go out family visiting. But I think, well, I don't know, it's just an excuse to natter.
Last time I suggested we go out and have a good meal together. This was, something different. Maybe a little bit depressed. We'll go out and have a meal, just a couple of hours and enjoy ourselves. But no. Maeve had the money. She bought a couple of steaks. So we cooked the steaks one night about 9 o'clock, pulled the kitchen table out, had candles, and just like a restaurant, wasn't it? It was nice. It made a change. Admittedly, we didn't go out, but we had just as much enjoyment.
Well, I'm a bit mean. You see, I think, well, I know it's silly, really.
What do I think of Uber?
And you can spend a lot of money and thoroughly enjoy it. But I seem to think to myself, oh, what couldn't I do with that money?
One thing I think of Uber, I don't know if I would want to invest in it. One, because doesn't Elon Musk or I've heard someone mention about they want to create some sort of Uber app, because imagine you having a Tesla, fully autonomous, can drive itself. You don't have to go to work and you're on your phone and it's driving yourself. But then what happens as well, when you come back from work, you've got the Tesla app and the Tesla car, and then you start renting out that car to do Uber trips, taxi trips with your Tesla, earning you money while you're sat watching TV, and it's earning you money because they don't need a human being in it, and you just take money from it. I feel like that's a route Tesla are probably going to go down in the future, which is a massive market. So they'll have their own kind of Uber app. So I don't know if I'd want to go and invest into Uber for a reason like that. Maybe I'm completely wrong and that doesn't happen, or Uber partner up with Waymo, whatever they're called, the Google lot. I don't know. So you can just make money with your Tesla.
Pay this much for a steak up here, I could get £1 for that money down here.
Or vice versa. You don't even bother buying a car because it's expensive, massive chunk of money, services and all that. You just use a Tesla app to get you from A to B every time, and it won't be the same cost of an actual normal taxi as we know today, because there's a human being in it. It will just be a robot, so they can charge dramatically less, like maybe a bus fee kind of thing, and the margins are obviously high, so maybe that's the future.
And sort of cook the little odds and ends with it myself, and it works out a bit cheaper. I'm afraid I'm a little bit mean like that.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. The thing is with Grab as well, I'm not really invested into Grab for decades. I'm more invested in it for the next maybe 5 years max. Obviously, you don't know how it's going to go, but I just think there's an opportunity there in the sense of like they're going to have an explosive amount of growth. They're growing quickly. I just think there's an opportunity to, grow my capital with Grab, and they're a massive player in Asia. Uber really struggled to compete with them. They are doing well. They've got it right out there from what I've used. They've got it right. And And I think as well, naturally, I think Asia and them type of countries are always going to be a bit behind with things like the world we live in now by a little bit, not by much, but by the odd few years or so, if that. But they're going into autonomous driving as well. I think they've invested in a company recently, like the other day, and so they know about it. But I think Grab is just a really good price compared to Uber, and also Grab is in the financial state. They're a super app. They're not just what Uber is. Grab's gone more of a super app.
Looking back, what do you regret most about not having as much money to spend as you'd always have liked? What are the things you've missed?
Perhaps we'd like
Yeah,
to
Charlie, that's a good idea
have
about
a really
reacting
nice,
to that.
expensive holiday. Really go mad. But sort of at the moment, we usually have a caravan anyway. And of course, I can then cater for ourselves, so that doesn't cost quite so much. And,
I'm skipping this, it's boring.
Booking.com, it's easy.
This is not as good as the other one. This is not as good as the other one to react to. If there's any videos you want me to react to, give me a message on Instagram or something and we can react to it together, because this is not as fun as what the other one I was done.
New gourmet revelations. Delay. Presentation effortless.
Usually the economist, perhaps he needs to be. Michael Morgan, a Londoner, travels to the West End to work each day. He's 27, married with 2 children, and money leaves him muddled. So tube fares are the least of his worries. How much rent do you pay?
£3.
And what does the HP go on?
Wait, hang on.
£3.
Muddled. So tube fares are the least of his worries. How much rent do you pay?
£3.
Did you say £3 in rent?
And what does the HP go on?
HP cover, the HP charges amount to £3 a week. This covers the 3-piece suite, a bedroom suite, and also there's the gas stove.
I think Tesla are going to take over a lot of companies, to be honest. That's why I'm investing in it.
Tied up when you take home your
It's
wage
exhausted, yes, after all these payments. Exactly. If I can have a stylist look at it for you, sir. But it's certainly big in the waist. Can we do that for you, sir? Have a stylist? Yes, please.
I'm going to stop watching it because it's not as entertaining as the other thing I was watching. So we'll stop watching that. Nah, but there was some good videos I was watching. I was like, oh, this would be good to watch on stream, but I mean, this one really isn't, to be honest. But yeah, it's interesting as well because the stock market in general has been very sideways for my portfolio anyway. Like the big names like Palantir, SoFi, AMD. And I say sideways, it's been like 2 months of it being sideways. That's not a long time. It's a good thing. So the Casey Neistat Meta versus Apple. Yeah, okay, no, I will. I won't do it today though, because I need to. I'm pretty tired and I've got to get up for work tomorrow. One more day of work and then I'm done. But I'll be streaming a lot more probably next week, for sure. But yeah, I'm intrigued to know as well. Like, actually, no, I'll show you this. Someone mentioned about it. Is this what you mean? Because this is the website that someone's been working on, and I've been just like asking him questions about it and saying, oh, can you do this and that? But it's really cool. It is really good, actually. Because then you can just type in AMD. You can get like an AI analysis generator and it will give you an overview. And it is good because I've actually tried it, and tried it even with a stock called Honest, obviously, with the stuff that I looked at. And it pointed out with the earnings call, this is what they mentioned and things like that. So very impressed with it. And then you got the PEG ratio, P ratio, And there's a few things that I'm going to mention to him that would be cool to have like a compare. So you can compare the like AMD with Nvidia, like what their forward PE is side by side, and peg ratio, for example. There's just, yeah, a few things like, well, even for a start, like forward PE would be good to see. Or there could be like a search bar where you can, like with physical AI, go, oh, I want to see the forward PE with this, or compare charts, but that comes with time. But at the moment, it's very good. Like it is, it's good for especially. I think he's wanting to charge £5.99 for it. So, like I said, I don't have involvement with it. I'll just get commission with whoever signs up to it. But and then you've got financial health, things like that. Then you've got your insider trades. I've not actually looked at this one, but 18th of November 2025. Yeah. So there's a few things. A lot of people are buying AMD. A lot of people actually. And then you've got projections. Obviously, this is the famous projections. So you can put in your projections, and then see where potentially it could be going. If they grow, obviously, if they could grow 20%, 21.5% with those net income margins, then potentially could be that. But obviously, that's not what I think. I've done my own projections with AMD. I've got my own projections and my price target of where I think AMD is going to be going in the next few years. Same with SoFi, and Oscar, Fubo. Quite a few actually. I've got my own projections, and obviously, if you want to know about those projections, just please give me a DM on Instagram. I'll get back to you on Instagram, and I'll be able to let you know and share that with you. So yeah, but no, it's good. It is good. And I just think as well, like, we're going to be in a bit of a boring time with the stock market. I think valuations and earnings, they just need to catch up with each other a bit, and just so it's just not too overextended, because we've had a huge run this year. Like, you can't complain if you've been in the stock market since the beginning of this year. But yeah, no, I'm a videographer and video editor. I'm up 0.8% for the last 3 months. I mean, to be fair, I'm probably flat, like I said, as well, in the last 3 months. I haven't actually probably checked, but probably am. REITs are good, especially in my opinion. REITs are good when you got higher amounts of capital. When you're talking like you've got a lot of capital and you just want those like dividends being paid, I think REITs are good. But if you want to grow your capital, I don't know. But yeah, bit of a quick stream actually, bit of a random stream to just pop onto. Try to do the React thing, but I don't think it was as enjoyable as I thought it would be. It wasn't a very good video, to be fair, so I apologise for that. But regardless, I hope you did enjoy the stream. I am going to end off here. So yeah, I'll see you. Well, Merry Christmas everyone as well, because I probably won't see you until after Christmas. So yeah, Merry Christmas, and hopefully everyone has a good time with their family in Christmas. And yeah, it's mad as well, another Christmas. But do we get the Santa rally at the end or Christmas? We will see. But yeah, no, hopefully everyone has a good day, and hopefully 2026 is going to be our year for everyone. I know everyone says that, but it's going to be good. But yeah, no, enjoy